Hey guys, so on today's episode, I'm gonna be standing because we're doing an unboxing. We gotta open something up, so let's check it out. So as some of you guys know, we are sponsored by MagMod, and that is a company that creates modifiers for your flashes. And basically what it is here's the flash, here's the attachment, and it's just a bunch of magnets. So it just makes life a lot easier. So we use gels, grids. We also use this little guy to create designs on walls or anywhere. I'll probably splash a few photos so you can see what these kinds of things do with a different gel. We usually use the red or orange one. Anyway, a few months ago, they came to California and we filmed some behind the scenes stuff for the MagBox, which is the new modifier that they just announced back then and are shipping out now. And today I received a nice big box in the mail. So let's see what we got. Now, I don't remember exactly what I ordered, so I'm not sure if this comes with the box. I'll check, I'll put the link on the bottom, or if it's something that I added extra because I knew that I was gonna use some of these. So I should check the order form. Yeah, so I think the artistic gels I might have gotten myself just because I know that I want to use colored gels when I do some shoots. But the rest of the stuff is a MagBox Pro Kit. So it's a 24-inch softbox, and let's check it out. And a nice thank you card. Thank you guys, actually. And no, I'm not just kissing ass. We were buying these things before we were sponsored. So actually I had my entire kit before we were sponsored, and then we got together and now we continue to buy things from them. And actually all of our team does. So it's definitely not like something we were just given and then, you know, wonderful. I paid for it because I believed in it. So thank you, MagMod. Now, let's bring this guy out. And let me bring it into the frame a little bit more. So the MagBox comes in this large box, and ooh, okay, let's open it up. It's gonna be a mess in here after this. Finesse isn't my thing. Anybody that's assisted me knows that if we need to set up the ring shot, it's usually the assistant that finesses it into place, and then I play with the lighting because I'm just a caveman. Whoosh. All right, I'm gonna have a little moment right now. On the cover of the box, myself and Daniel with Isaac, who actually lives in India now. He moved away and we freaking love him and we hope he's doing great out there. It shows you what it brings on this side and then how to set it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. So hopefully with me, it'll be 4 steps and not 47 steps because I don't really read directions. And whenever I buy things off of IKEA, I always end up with extra parts. Or at least I like to call them extra parts. Anyway, very cool packaging as usual. Let's get this out of here. This choking hazard. I don't have kids, so they could be on the floor. There we go. There you go. So it comes in this case bag. It feels nice. The quality is pretty much like the bags that we use. So that's nice. And let's open this sucker up. Opens up on top, and then you get little compartments which have little different things. Yeah, obviously I'm not that technical. So, okay, so I believe it's in the middle is the focus diffuser, which this is what I'm really excited to test out. Basically, when you've had softboxes in the past, kind of what I'm using to light this video, the softbox will light really soft, but it's gonna spread all over the place. With this, allegedly, we're gonna test it out, it's going to light an area that you want, kind of like with a grid where it's a tighter beam, but it's supposed to be softer. So the next video is going to be us actually experimenting with these things to see what they actually do and how well they work and how easy it is to set up and all that. This is just an unboxing so you guys can see what it comes with.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
So there it is. It's kind of like translucent. And I remember from the prototype that we used, these are magnets in here. So it's gonna attach on the perimeter of the softbox magnetically. So let's put this away for now and let's keep going on to the next thing. And by the way, if I'm a little all over the place today, I am genuinely excited to use this thing. So I don't get excited about very many things. I think even when I got the camera that I'm filming this with, D850. I wanted it, whatever, but I just wanted it because I knew that my D750 was getting high in miles. And that's how I like to call it. It had almost 500,000 clicks. So it was just out of necessity, kind of. This is something that I really, really want to play with just because I think it's going to do a lot of different things. Next thing, silica gel. Back inside you go. Okay. Ooh, this is another thing that I was really looking forward to. This is the MagShoe. So basically this, instead of using these guys, which is what we've been using for the last forever, I remember this little guy would always get loose or it would just start spinning while I have it up on a stand, and it drove me insane. So hopefully, I remember when we used it, this really addressed the issue. So let's attach it and let's check it out. But before we do that, actually, I just took out the other thing because I was trying to think, because let me show you. This thing doesn't have a hot shoe like a regular flash does. Or, I mean, this thing is gonna come off. That's how we do it. But it's just a little ring, basically, where you screw it in. I know I'm too technical for my own good. Oh, if it's too tight, I usually screw this thing back on and then I twist this and that gets it off. It's one of those moments where I'm actually smart, so I wanted to share that. So what we are gonna use is this little guy right here. Let me take it out of the packaging. And what this guy is the Mag Ring. So if you've seen it in the demonstrations on the MagMod website, you know how it works. If not, let me show you. I was saying you don't need the little thing on the bottom coming out of it. What you actually do is you grab this guy. Since you already have the MagMod attachment on this, you just attach it on there just like that. And that's pretty freaking solid already. Like, I don't think that's gonna go anywhere. But for extra measure, you clip it there and now it's really staying on there. Oh yeah, so we use AD200s just because we can attach, the number one reason we switched to the AD200 from the AD600, no lies, because we can use MagMod modifiers and it's just a lot easier. So it'll work with this or it'll work with a regular hot shoe flash that you can attach to here. Let me grab the other AD200 that we have. So just like before, you grab this one, slide it in, close it up, and now they're both in there. And they're both secured by both the magnets and also attached to this. Now, like I mentioned before, these flashes don't have a hot shoe, so you wouldn't be able to attach it to this guy with that hot shoe attachment. But what you do is the mag ring actually brings a little hot shoe attachment on it. So you just slide it in, lock it in place, and that's on there right there. Perfect. So now that's the whole setup, just like that. This is how we start. And I know this feels like it's taking a little bit of a long time. The thing with me is I'll probably leave it like this and there's no reason for me to remove it. So I'll probably just leave it like this and put it in the bag. So once it's set up, you're good to go. So now that this is all set up, I'm gonna attach it to the light stand. So slide that sucker right in there. There we go, that's what she said. And there we go. And basically to use this thing, let me bring it to frame a little bit more. You just grab this. I always like to grab the top just because I don't want to put that much pressure on it, because once you release it, it's going to be a little loose. Actually, that's not so bad. Okay, so you can pretty much click it into any place that you need it. And even there, actually, it's holding on pretty nicely. I did address that. I remember when they came with the prototype that it felt a little loose at first, and they did address it, which is nice, actually. This feels a lot more sturdy than it did when I tested it out when it was a prototype form. So thank you guys for addressing that. And then you can slip in an umbrella right here, which is nice. Yeah, so that's that. Let me put it to the side for now while I bring out the, basically what everybody's been waiting for since they announced this thing. So before that, this is a diffuser. This is not the one that narrows the beam, but it spreads light across the board like a regular softbox. So you put this in front of the softbox and it's gonna act like a softbox that we've been using for the last few decades. Here's a little surprise. I thought everything was gonna come out from this end, but apparently there is another zipper on the other side. On this side, there is an extra hole right there, which I really like, and I'll tell you why. This hole is for a light stand. So that way you can put a light stand in here and everything that you need is gonna be in one setup, which is really, really convenient. And now, let me place that down. Let me not beat everything that I own. So this is the actual softbox. This is what we've been waiting for. I am gonna say, and I'm literally, guys, like I would not BS anybody. Like I'd tell you if it still feels like the one that I tested. That mechanism in there is a lot nicer and seems a lot more high quality than I remember the one that we had when we tested it out a few months ago. I'm super happy with the fact that they've addressed a lot of the things that I'm sure not just myself, but other MagMod people mentioned who tested out the prototype. So I remember Trevor, when he showed me this, he was like, don't be kind to it. Just get in there and push it until it snaps. That's it. It snapped. Basically, you push this little guy all the way in and it just snaps into place. I'm gonna attach the diffuser because that's the one I'm really curious about. So give me 1 second. Nice. Magnets are aligning how they should. Except for this one, because that's not in the right spot. That's my fault. So what you can see here is this little yellow notch is gonna align with the little yellow notch down there, and they're both magnets. So that should hold pretty nicely. And now, dun, 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 the moment of truth. It's a little tight in here. I probably should have used a wider lens, but whatever. All right, so let's attach the softbox now to the MagShoe. I'm terrible with remembering the technical names, so I was just gonna say to that little guy, but to the MagShoe. So line it up, and that's it. So now it's on there. And just like I was mentioning, the shoe, this thing on this side, is actually much more sturdy, like I said. And it'll hold pretty much where you want it to. Let's turn these bad boys on. There we go. I'm gonna take a test shot with nobody in it, because nobody tells you this when you own a business, but 90% of the time you're gonna be by yourself working. So I'm gonna test that out in the meeting area and see how the diffuser works to narrow down that beam of light. So I'll post the example of that shot. And the second shot is gonna be the shot with the regular softbox attachment to it. All right, so I just did 2 shots. It's a fairly non-scientific experiment to see if there was a difference between the fabric diffuser and the focus diffuser. And I do see a difference. I think the focus diffuser, there was less spill on the floor and there was less spill on the wall, whereas the fabric diffuser just kind of spread light a little bit more. We're gonna do a review more on the field using it, and that we'll probably do by next week. But I just wanted to do an unboxing so you guys can see pretty much what you're gonna be getting when you order the MagBox. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this helps so you can kind of see what you'll be getting when you order it. I'm very, very impressed with the quality and the changes that were made since I saw the original prototype. And I think you guys are really gonna love it. So I'll give a full review also on a following video. Thank you guys for watching. Filming this with my cell phone, because one thing I did forget to mention how to remove the box, I think I got a little too excited, is you pull this little tab right here and that will demagnetize this area. So that will release it basically. Sorry if my hands are ashy. It's a little cold in California, so I mean cold for us. So like I was saying, basically what you do is you pull tab, and then once you do that, you can feel it demagnetizing, and then it just comes right off. So it's not gonna come off unless you do that, because there's a bunch of magnets in the back. But you attach it like that, and then to take it off, just like I showed you before, you pull that little tab and that demagnetizes it. So there you go, easy as that. I just wanted to mention that because I forgot.